When a baby deer is born into this world, it is first dropped on its head and expected to stand up and be cognitive. I can relate this to my successes and my failures in life. With the few years of experience that I have been able to practice the craft of life, I've been able to make many downfalls, but they wouldn't motivate me if I didn't know that this practice that I'm doing now is providing for my future successes. I want to tell you how I've succeeded by first telling you my downfalls I've experienced along the way. Cooking is something I've known how to do since I was little, and now it's the default thing that people say that I'm good at because they're right. I figured out with my own interest in cooking how to make an array of dishes, and I learned along the way from people around me and figuring out what works and what doesn't. When it comes to cooking, there are so many recipes I have followed and still make dumb mistakes, like using salt instead of sugar. In the start of learning how to bake, I was gifted with the role of making a cake for my nephew's birthday party. The first time I noticed that the cake was a little odd or off was when I tasted the scraps when I was cutting the layered cake. I didn't like how it tasted. It tasted like a saltine cracker. So I tried to updo the frosting and make the decorations a little better than what I planned. People oohed and awed when the cake came around the corner, but those smiles soon turned to frowns and to children crying when they figured out that the cake was terrible. Those tears dried up once they saw a tub of ice cream come around the corner. My downfalls have made sour faces and children cry. Having this happen made me feel like I've hit rock bottom, but there are some times that I have made things so good that it made myself want to cry. Tears of happiness. My favorite cooking job was as a wine bar in downtown Winter Park. It was a place a lot of my accomplishments flourished. From delectable desserts to scrumptious side dishes, sometimes I used what I learned in the past to help me and surprise even myself with the outcomes. Every new season we had to come up with a new menu item to be a special that would keep things fresh for the regulars. I was very creative and loved pitching good ideas to my coworkers. For example, I took on a project making a carrot cake. It had 4 layers of cream cheese frosting and decorative iced carrots on top. It turned out moist, sweet, and perfect for Easter Sunday. We sold out in that weekend. That was an accomplishment I still look and feel proud of about this to this day. I didn't start with skill. It was quite the opposite for me. I had to learn the ropes and be patient with myself because these things cannot be mastered overnight. It takes some time learning and experience to get to a place where you are confident to do your craft. It's the greatest feeling to look back and see how far you've come. Thank you for consuming my slice of life.